Hello everybody. This is Mop Top and Beardy's Off the Top with Joel and Jacob.
Hey, what's going on?
All right. Today we have for us planned a recent downward trend of prices coming with the reprints this past year from Double Masters up.
So essentially we're going to be talking about CDH staples. There's been a lot of reprints that came out recently. Commanders 2020, Commanders Master, Dominaria Remastered. Seems like everything's just getting reprinted nowadays. And if you're a CDH player and you're trying to get into it, I think now is the time to get into it. Like, these cards have gotten stupidly cheap compared to what they used to be. Everything we're talking about today, we're going to be talking about a price range of the past 3 months. Everything's been conditioned at near mint. And, all of these cards, honestly, I can say, these are really solid staples, and I would recommend you have these. So, something I want to start with is, the core essentials to every CDH deck, and that's going to be your free cards. And starting that off is going to be Deadly Rollick. Just released in Commander Masters?
Re-released in Commander Masters. Original printing was in the Commander decks, actually.
I mean, in a world where we're struggling to, justify running 2 1-cost white removal spells, that being, Swords and Path.
Yeah.
Free as good as it's going to get. I mean, this card right now is $13.99. It was $39-$40 3 months ago. You can't ask for a better price range for something like that. The only thing I don't like about Deadly Rollick is if you're running a higher upward cost commander, say your commander costs anything above 3, I wouldn't put Deadly Rollick in your deck. I just feel 4 mana for a hard cast, if you can't constantly keep your commander out, it's just too much of a cost.
Yeah, definitely should see more play in lower to the ground commanders. Things like partner pairings and Rograk, of course.
Yeah. Anything low to the ground, but definitely $13.99.
Pick it up.
Price.
Instant snap. The next one on the list is Deflecting SWAT, sitting at $24 near mint right now.
Yeah, $24. Got re-released in Commander Masters. This thing $53. I mean, D-SWAT, it takes care of all your counter magic problems. You can do some cute stuff with people are trying to noxious revival stuff from their graveyard. You can make them get the wrong target. You also get to live that adrenaline rush, whenever you D-SWAT someone's peered into the abyss and you just watch the color drain from their face.
God, it feels great. Oh man, Peering to the Abyss is such a funny card too, but it's also fallen out of favor. To the next on the list is Fierce Guardianship, which is sitting at $27.40 near mint now from Commander Masters. Was $54 from the past 3 months. So,
I mean, that's basically everything that you want in a free card. It's literally have your commander, here's free counter magic.
Yeah.
I mean, the only if you're in blue, you're running Fierce Guardianship. There's no doubt to this card whatsoever.
Yeah, the only fringe cases are I'm playing something big and meaty. Even if I'm playing Brea, I want Fierce Guardianship.
Yeah, especially. Even if you're running something meaty, you want Fierce Guardianship is just a good card.
Yeah, no, it's such a feels bad to play your high cost commander, say Tivit for example, and not hold up interaction. Because
I think every Tivit list is on Fierce Guardianship.
Yeah, because even though the Ward 3 is there for Tivit, I think that the artifact removal, mass artifact removal, Vandal Blast stuff, that still needs to be answered too.
Then we got our forces, your Force of Will, your Force of Negation. Force of Will, that card got dumpstered on. What was it, Dominaria Remastered that one got released in?
Yeah, it did. It got dumpstered on a good bit.
Yeah, it was 3 months ago, $83. It's sitting at $40 right now.
Yeah, that's a feels bad for me, but it's all right. I bought mine for the price of a pre-release kit, so it's all right. It works out.
Yeah, I bought one of the OG forces from somebody for $100.
Oh, dude!
And then they've but it's good for the game. All these reprints, honestly.
Yeah, great for the game, great for the newer player bases, especially if you want to get into it now, like we were talking about earlier at the beginning. Because with this trend of them reprinting cards that we wouldn't think that they would reprint otherwise, it's what's in the future, right? There's a bunch of cards right now that are really expensive and could possibly see a drop in the future.
Yeah. Force of Will, it's good. Every blue deck is running it. You pitch a blue card, you stop a spell.
Like Force of Will, we have Force of Negation, sitting at $33 near mint, from Double Masters.
Yeah, that one's actually starting to see an uptick finally. It was $30 3 months ago, so It's on the uprise. It's the same thing as Force. The only thing is like Force is just Will is just better because it targets creatures.
Everything.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Force of Negation hits non-creature spells, but it also exiles them. So in case of those fringe cases like LED, like I would hit an LED with this sometimes. It just depends, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like the exiling with negation can be huge on key like combo pieces, your breaches, anything like that.
Yeah, 100%. And continuing with the conversation about like giant reprints that we haven't seen in years, like giant cost cards, Imperial Seal got its first or second reprint ever in Double Masters, and it dropped from $308 to $64.99.
Seal's kind of a weird card. I would call it the best of the worst slow tutors, like all the sorcery speed tutors, like Sylvan Library stuff like that. I think it's kind of fringy. I think some people run it, some people don't. It's the fact that you can grab like anything with it, which is spicy. And then, if you're running like your Ristic or you're running like an Esper, it allows you to set up with that. I think it's good. I personally run it. I mean, it's also this thing 3 months ago, like we only had, before Double Masters, all we had was the Judge promos and we had the Three Kingdom. And that was sitting at like above $300. And now this things like $65.
Yeah, and like even though I'm actually looking at it now, it's jumped up to $72.99.
Has it?
Yeah, and that was like 2 days.
Yeah, that's one of those cards I would kind of sit on the edge about. It's like before you buy an Imperial Seal, go out and buy the $13.99 Deadly Rollick. Like you're gonna see more value from the Rollick. Oh, Rollick over holy shit. Rollick.
Deadly Rollick. Yeah, like any sort of interaction, I would say is more important than your personal gain pieces. I think.
Yeah, but Imperial Seal, if you're in black, you're obviously in blue, so you got your Thassa's Demonic. It's just a good win more button. 1 black, pay 2 life, go find it.
Yeah.
Win next turn.
So Imperial Seal is like the little brother to the it's the very cheap older brother, Vampiric Tutor, that everybody loves.
Yeah.
Like 2618 near mint, Commander Legends reprint. Commander Dominaria Master reprinted too, right?
Yeah.
Vampiric Tutor?
Yeah, the 2618 is where you're going to find it in the Commander Legends right now. It's like the cheapest price. It was reprinted in Dominaria and remastered with all the other tutors. Like Vampiric Tutor is like the dream card. Like 1 black, pay 2 life, go get your win con, go get your answer, instant speed, like.
Yeah, no, and it's crazy that this is less than the Imperial Seal to me, but that's also because the fact that Imperial Seal has been printed less.
It's just like there's not as many out there. Vampiric Tutor didn't take that much of a price hit. It said it was $32 like 3 months ago. I'm sure it was a lot lower back when Dominaria Remastered hit with like a lot with these tutors, but like
yeah,
it's still $6-7 cheaper than what you're gonna get it for. And this is one of those cards. Good cards cost money. Like they're never gonna, unless they get reprinted again, which is possible with Wizards. Because like, how many Smothering Tithes can we get?
I think we're on our 4th one, right?
There's so many. So many Smothering Ties. Worldly Tutor, $6.89, came out with Dominaria Remastered. Was $13, literally cut in half. Yeah. If you're running green, you're running Worldly Tutor. That's how all these tutors are going to be. If you're in that color, guess what? You're running that tutor. That's how good these cards are.
Yeah, no, moving in the same direction. Less reprints though. Enlightened Tutor, it's got like the least amount of reprints out of all the cycle.
Yeah, but Enlightened Tutor's like one of the big ones. I would say in like terms of like power, it's like Demonic, Vampiric, Enlightened.
Yeah, because it lets you get the important combo pieces like your Underworld Breach, your LED. Because like there's no other way to find them if you don't have a black tutor, right? So if it's like a mono white deck, like say Heliod, for example, you'd want to find your Walking Ballista, and you have to use Enlightened Tutor, and nothing else can really find it. But moving forward, there's the Mystical Tutor, which I think is what, $4.90?
Yeah, this thing cost like a soda in the airport. It's like $5. This thing was $8. There's been so many freaking reprints of Mystical Tutor. Like
that's like, crazy.
Yeah.
Did you ask a guy on the side of the road for these prices, or
no?
Like $8? $5? Whoa, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Like even the one from Mirage is sitting at $7.21 on market.
It's just so. Let me preface with this. Like, I'm a big fan of proxies. I think every play group should allow players to play with proxies.
Yes.
But if I see you with a proxy mystical tutor, man,
I'm just gonna order you one.
You might be down hard.
Yeah, like you're down bad for you probably spent more money on ink than you spent on the mystical tutor itself. So moving on from the free cards and the automatically includes and stuff, we have the one-offs.
Yeah, so getting away a little bit from your free cards and your tutors. There's some staples. One of the newest staples that we've seen that every single deck is running. Every single deck should be running because this card is busted. Is the One Ring.
God, I love and hate this card.
This thing, I'm honestly surprised it hasn't been banned yet. The card's nutty. Who was it they banned? Golo?
They banned Golo, yeah, tireless.
Because there was too many decks playing it.
I mean, he just kind of... Well, the difference there is that he just homogenized the format, but this is also one of those cards that I feel like is homogenizing the format.
Yeah, every single deck is playing the One Ring.
You pull up a top 16 from any major tournament, how many of those decks are running the One Ring? It's
you could be mono green Yisan, and you could be running your Null Rod and your Collector Oof, and you're still going to run the One Ring.
That is...
This thing...
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when Sylvan Library was the key card, and you're yeah, I'll pay 8 life for 2 cards, and
yeah,
this thing just it's so good, it outskills everything. It's 35.79 right now, and it was $30 3 months ago, and this card's just going to keep going up and up and up. I don't think it can break the gift bundle's price itself because you can go out and get this for $50. Is for the gift bundle, right?
Yeah, the gift bundle itself, I think the gift bundle is going to go up in price, obviously.
Yeah.
Because they're going to stop printing those eventually, but yeah, the gift bundle is the cheapest one that you can find right now, with a normal one that you can pull out of a pack being $56.86. God, don't even talk to me about the extended arts and extended art foils, God.
Yeah, those are $500 cards.
Yeah. Extendo foil One Ring sends you on a decline of $763. You're going to go in the hole for that one.
You don't need that shit. Just go buy the $50 gift card, man.
Yeah.
The ring's not going to get any cheaper.
No.
Every deck's playing this card.
Orcish Bowmasters, similarly. The One Ring was, 50 on drop, right?
Yeah, I think so.
50 on drop, so it did go down, then go back up. But Orcish Bowmasters on drop was when it was the cheapest, sitting at, $23.63? And then now we're looking at it these days, and the regular one actually has gone up to $40.58.
Oh, this is one of those ones that I need to buy, and I need to stop sleeping on, because, I know the card is good, and it just, you're pinging mana dorks with it, you're laughing whenever somebody wheels, and nobody's got a freaking answer for it, and you just wipe out whoever you want.
Yeah, no, I think 21 damage for a wheel is completely fair, right?
Yeah, and it's one of those cards, it also comes with a built-in win con, because guess what? Getting hit by a 20/20 every other turn sucks.
Yeah, no, I think that Orcish Bowmasters in a wheel deck is disgusting in the sense that you play 3 wheels and somebody's dead. 2 people are dead in 3 wheels, actually.
Yeah. It's got flash, too. This card has everything that you could ever want.
It's nuts, but sure, it's got a weaker stat line of it being a 1/1, but if they don't have a hand to deal with anything, right? You say you Bowmaster and wheel, turn 1, 2, 3, even. It doesn't matter, because they may not be as set up or prepared to lose the cards that they were building a plan on for the next few turns.
Ironically enough, Orcish Bowmaster's greatest weakness is another Orcish Bowmaster.
Very nice, yeah. Though the funny thing, another card from the set counters Orcish Bowmasters from the Lord of the Rings set is Stern Scolding. So that card is also pretty bonkers.
That's even more of an upscale. I'm still kind of on the fence about it.
Stern Scolding is the 1 blue counter target creature spell with power or toughness 2 or less.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't seen much play of that yet. Might be one of those cards like Mental Misstep, it's good early
It's
on.
very narrow, but I can say that I am a very big advocate for this card because it hits your Docksides, it hits your Thrasioses, maybe if you want to counter Thrasios, but I'm not sure you would. Thrasioses, it hits your Rograx, it hits your Esper Sentinels, the Imperial Recruiters if you really wanted to. I don't know. Thassa's Oracle, it hits. She's a chunky 1/3.
Yeah.
You can get it because its power is 2, less than 2.
Yeah. So like, Orcish Boar Masters is like, well, when I checked yesterday, $37. 3 months ago, it was $23. This thing's probably going to keep rising. I put it right there with Oppo Agent. I put it there with Dothy. I feel like it's just like,
Yeah, it's
if you're
definitely
black,
a
you should
staple.
just run Orcish Bow
Just
Masters.
run Orcish Bowmasters. There's no
I
reason
don't
for
think you're
you
going to
not
get
to.
punished running off Orcish Bowmaster. Moving on from there, we got another card that's just a staple and everything that was just released with the newest set.
Rhystic Study.
This is a card that did need a good reprint. It was at 37. Now we see it at 25. I think it's going to get a little cheaper as the market starts to settle a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in blue, you should be in Rhystic Study.
Yep.
It's just a card engine. It's one of those cards that if you drop it on turn 1, turn 2, people legitimately will sit there and think about using their only piece of counter magic to stop it. It's that strong.
Especially if there are people that are not as willing to pay for the one, right? Because, the thing that wins games is card draw, right?
Yeah.
And what you're saying there is, I'm going to win the game if you don't, perpetually get taxed for every single spell that you cast, which is, not the worst thing to happen, right? It's not like somebody put a Fish and Mystic Remora down turn 1, but Rhystic Study is guaranteed to stick. That's the scary part.
The thing with Fish is you can kind of sit there and be like, hey guys, let's just take it easy and not play our things. We can outweight the Fish.
Yeah.
You can't outweight Rhystic Study.
Nope, it's perpetually there, forever coming forth, and just like another
Also,
auto
there's
include.
it's actually a pretty safe card nowadays. I don't see that much enchantment removal in decks.
No, enchantment removal is slim to none, especially
It's
because
it's a green thing.
Yeah, the main 2 colors for it are green, especially, and then sometimes white. Just depends.
Yeah.
But a card that's another auto include in many decks is Jeweled Lotus.
Yeah.
It's fresher reprint Commander Masters.
The only time I don't think you run a Jeweled Lotus is I don't know.
You're playing Brea.
I don't think I could think of a place like Brea.
Yeah,
4
Brea,
colors.
4 colors. Your commanders like Brea, Saskia,
you're right,
any of those 4 color commanders, Brea, Saskia, Kineas or whatever, of Tira, whatever they are. The brothers or the lovers. I don't know what they are, but they're on the same card.
The brother lovers.
But yeah, no, it's like Jeweled Lotus is one of those cards. I can't play Black Lotus in Commander, but the closest thing to Black Lotus that I have is my Jeweled Lotus. It's 3 mana for anything that I want to do. That's turn 1 Tevesh. It's crazy.
Yeah, Jeweled Lotus leads to stupid things. Turn 1 Teveshes, turn 1 Dargos.
Turn 1 Kroms.
Yeah. What's better than Crom? A turn 1 Crom.
Yeah, imagine getting hit for 4 on turn 0 for you. It
Here's
does not feel good.
Here's my 4/4 haste that gives me card advantage on turn 1. While you're trying to establish your board.
Yeah, no, you wanna play 2 cards on your first turn? Yeah. Shame. You better play land and pass, or else I'm drawing 3 cards. Finale of Devastation is the next card on the list here, sitting at.
Hold on.
Oh,
you got a Jeweled Lotus is sitting at $70.
Yeah, there we
83.
go. 83.
That's not much of a drop, but it's one of those cards. It's that good. It's gonna hold its price.
Mm-hmm.
None of this, by the way, is financial advice.
No.
So good luck bringing us to court with that recording.
I am not a what are they called? People that do math. I am Asian. I am not an accountant. There we go. I'm not an accountant.
Yeah. None of this is financial advice. So if you were like, aha, I got these mothers. Yeah, good luck.
No. I'm perpetually, I'm perpetually broke. So I'm just saying, hey, if I would buy the card with my bread money, I think that you should buy the card.
What he's not saying money. Instead of suing him, sue me.
You get more off of him than me. I mean, I'm just saying. But
but Jeweled Lotus, nutty card, should be in every deck except for your Breas, your 4-colored commanders. Finale of Devastation. This card got absolutely ruined.
Yeah, cut in half.
Yeah, it was $40. Now it's at 20.
Mm.
One of the best searches out there because you can go from your graveyard as well.
Yeah, that's like such an important thing because like people forget about that part sometimes.
It's also one of those cute things like if you have infinite mana, this is also a win con. So it's like it's got multiple uses. It's just a really solid card. Like if you're in green, guess what? You're running Worldly Tutor, you're running Finale of Devastation, you're running what's the one that invokes?
Endurance?
No, the Tutor idiot.
The tutor that invokes?
You're
you're talking about Court of Calling.
Court of Calling, yeah. You're going to be running all three of those in the future for a while, so they can just make a better card. And they make a better card, guess what? You're still going to be running Finale. Goodbye, with the Tutor.
No. If X is 10 or more creatures, you can forget +X, and haste.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah, win the game.
Win the game. Print it on the card, win the game.
Yeah. Coming up, we got another card that just kind of like the Boogeyman, even today. I know it was more it was feared more back in the day, but even today, an overloaded Sea Rift just on somebody's end step, it's just game over.
Just game over for you guys because you guys get just put so far back in the what is it?
This has gotten a lot of reprints recently too. I think it was Commander Masters, and what then was it released again in like
Cyclonic Rift was printed in Commander Masters, Double Masters, so 2XN.
Yeah, this card's been absolutely printed to death.
These are the most recent reprints.
I remember buying mine at like $50-something. 3 months ago it was 36, and now it's at 23.
Yeah, I feel bad, but it's all right.
It's bad for me, but it's good for you guys.
Yeah, it's good for you guys. You know, I can cry about my lost $12, $13, $20, but in the long run, it'll make the game better.
Yeah.
Cyclonic Rift is such a good card.
Yeah, you have your just 2-mana generic bounce Strenith, so I can actually play my shit, or just bounce whatever I need to bounce, and then your overload for 7 is, hey guys, I'm going for the win this turn. Or the entire board was a problem. Let's take this back a couple turns.
Yeah, no. And another card that's like a very big a boogeyman, I guess, is obviously Grand Abolisher, like I mentioned earlier.
Oh yeah, that's another card.
Oh boy,
this card was also destroyed by the reprints. I bought the full art borderless, whatever you want to call it, foil. I got it for like $7. And then my OG one cost me like $25.
Grand Abolisher is 100% a feels bad card if you bought it earlier in the year. Like, I know people that bought it earlier in the year for like $36, and I'm sitting here like, man, you guys got conned. You guys got like actually stolen from. Like, I'm mad for you guys.
Yeah. 3 months ago it was $24. It's $6.50. When you're picking up your Mystical Tutor, go pick up your Grand Abolisher. Run around the house, do your dishes, mow the lawn.
No. Check your couch cushions. You have
I'm
that
not
money
saying
there.
Steal from your mom's purse, but
man. Let her know that some money is gone, obviously, but you don't know where.
Double white, answer this, or I'm winning the game. That's what this card is.
During your turn, opponents can't cast spells, activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. So, that leaves you little to no room to interact. So, that's the things that this card is great. It's so amazing that it just lets you do whatever the hell you want to do on your own turn.
Even if you're not trying to win, and you're just trying to force interaction out of, the blue farm player that's been drawing a million cards, you just throw down Grand Abolisher. And you just see what they react with. Based off what they react with, you can kind of gauge, this is where they're at in the game.
Yeah. If they start sweating, then you're like, oh, maybe they might have anything.
If it resolves, and that's one of the nice things, too, is the amount of time somebody's gone Grand Abolisher and nobody's had anything, and then they pass the turn and everybody's like, oh, he's not going to win on his turn because he passed with Grand Abolisher and he didn't win.
And then it survives a turn cycle.
Yeah, and then top deck win right there in front of me after I told everybody, hey, we need to remove this.
Oh man, it is a kill on sight card, I will say. I see this card every time in a game, and I'm like, hey guys, this can't stick. If it sticks, we lose, right? Because that is a person just playing. It's a one-player game at that point.
Yeah.
In a CDH spot, we want all 4 hands on deck, all 8 hands on deck.
Guess what? 1 mana silence, good card. 3 mana to 3 fairy, Good card. Guess what? 2-mana Grand Abolisher, good card. No one should be shocked by this.
No.
Like, it's just insulation on insulation. Like,
Yeah.
monster card. Another staple that we see in like almost every single deck, Mana Vault.
Mm-hmm.
This one was printed in Double Masters. Was $42 3 months ago, 34 now. I think it's starting to rise back in price.
Yeah.
It was definitely cheaper when like Double Masters first came out, but like, hey man, you missed that train. You know, might as well get it now because it's just gonna go back up.
100%. Like, it was so cheap at one point that you lost it on the floor, and you didn't even notice that you lost it. You're like,
I didn't even notice, and then someone's like, "Who's full art Mana Vault?" And I was like, "Yo, that's mine. Give that shit back."
It was just chilling on the floor. He walked over it a couple times. I'm pretty sure it was crazy.
I'm glad no dents or anything, but thank God. But 1 mana, make 3 mana. Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, another staple card in this format. That hasn't really moved all that much due to reprints. Is Dockside actually, and I'm hoping that it drops sometime soon so I can pick one up legitimately. But for me, I just gotta stick to this proxy for now because
I mean it's one of those cards. 3 months ago it was $58. It's $52 now. It got re-released in Double Masters. Like, you definitely missed the train on it. Yeah, I understand. You don't want the stupid blue pirate. They made him blue for some reason in, like, the reprint compared to what he used to look like.
Yeah. Because, like, he looks like a really short, deformed avatar now, right?
Yeah, an obese Smurf, yeah.
Yeah. We went for 2 different angles of the same thing. I was like a really small avatar, and you went for a giant Smurf. Oh,
like...
man.
Yeah, Dockside is one of those cards. Everybody's playing a shit ton of rocks. There's maybe like a handful of games where you're sitting there and you're like, damn it, wish this Rocco player was playing more than just mana words.
And I wish this Thrasios Vial Smasher player was not land screwed and mana rock screwed, you know?
Yeah. Like, be real cool just to go infinite, you know, with my Teamer or Emil and just, you know.
Yeah,
but it's really one of those cards. It's so good. It's 2 mana, generate, you know, X, usually like 5, I want to say.
5, yeah. You're usually up 3 mana when you cast this. Because, like, if that's just saying that each of your opponents has, like, 2 rocks, and then one person has 1, that's, like, it's such a common thing.
Yeah. I mean, 1 mana make 3, $34. 2 mana make 5, $52. Like,
yeah, no, it's
making more mana is just good in this game.
Especially the fact that it's a creature really helps. I think it's very abusable, very very abusable. It's only stopped by fringe cards. Well, not even fringe cards, I guess, but cards that I don't see a lot of play in my own decks personally, like Torpor Orb and like a Mom, I guess. I haven't seen anybody play Mom.
I've been trying to push Trickbind. And Trickbind absolutely shits on this card, and it's funny when it happens.
It does. Trickbind is like...
The person you do it to is going to hate you, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Personal pet cards, I guess. Yeah, Trickbind would definitely be one of Jacob's over there. He loves that card. You ask him on like a deserted island, right? He's been starving for 3 weeks. What does he need? A Trickbind or food? He'll say Trickbind.
Yeah, dude, you just Trickbind the starving activation.
Starving on the stack, I'll Trickbind it, please. Yeah. God, it's got split second. You can't interact.
But Dockside, it's a red staple. If you're in red, you're running Dockside.
Yeah,
it goes infinite with so many cards. It just lets you just win on the spot.
Mm-hmm. Dockside, God, man,
It's another card that people thought were going to get banned. Was going to get banned because everybody's just running.
Everybody's running. I mean, it's every single. It's an auto-include every red deck. Like, I'm just going to say, like, I don't think you.
I don't think it's in Godo. I think that's the one red deck that doesn't run it.
Yeah, don't think it's in Godo.
Godo should run. I wouldn't Godo run.
Well, I mean, Dockside. Godo is also just get to what 5 mana, win the game.
Yeah, count to 5, win.
If you have like kindergarten level education and you play Godo, you should be fine, right? I may not know the secret Godo tech, right? You know, I mean, Godo gets to 4, play Treasonous Ogre, there's your 5, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's such a easy thing to do.
Yeah, but that's gonna wrap it up there. You know, we went over a lot of good staples. There's a lot of opportunity for you guys to get out there and buy these cards right now. A lot of these cards, I don't see getting cheaper. Like, unless Wizards like, hey, here's the CDH Secret Lair, you know, drop. with all these cards.
Drops.
Like,
I think that if they were to drop a CDH Secret Lair, it'd probably be like the free spell cycle from the commander decks. And it wouldn't even be a CDH because, like, I mean, it would be mostly because we use 3 of those cards. Like, nobody uses Flawless Maneuver, nobody uses the Fog, but 3 of those cards, everyone's gonna be pining for. They're gonna be out of that Secret Lair with like a day.
All right, we want to thank you guys for stopping in and listening to us. I'm Jake, he's Joel, and thank you guys for joining us for Talking Deities Off the Top.
That is another branding. We can't step on their toes. But yeah, no. I am Joel and he's Jacob. All right, off the top.
It's just an unfortunate coincidence.
Yeah.